Fasting has been a profound spiritual practice throughout history, connecting believers deeply with God. In the Bible, mighty figures such as Elijah, Moses, Queen Esther, and Jesus himself embraced fasting to seek divine guidance, strength, and transformation. Elijah's fast empowered him to hear God's whisper. Moses' fast brought him face to face with the Almighty, receiving the 10 Commandments. Queen Esther's fast saved her people from annihilation, and Jesus' fast prepared him for his earthly ministry. These powerful examples challenge us to rediscover fasting as a potent tool for spiritual growth and divine connection. God designed the human physique as a powerful, finely tuned system that requires energy to function properly. This energy, gotten from food, sustains us physically. But why would anyone choose to forego eating? While the world often views abstaining from food as dieting for weight loss or health reasons, some people fast for spiritual purposes. This practice, known in the Bible as fasting, involves voluntarily giving up food for a period to draw closer to God and focus on spiritual growth. In Matthew 6:16, 18, Jesus provided guidance on how to fast.
When you fast, do not look gloomy like the hypocrites, for they disfigure their faces to show others they are fasting. Truly I tell you, they have received their reward in full. But when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face, so it will not be obvious to others that you are fasting, but only to your Father who is unseen, and your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you.
Jesus emphasized that fasting should not be a public display to gain admiration from others. Instead, it is a private act of devotion meant to be kept between the individual and God. This teaching highlights the importance of sincerity and humility in fasting, as outward appearances should not be a focus. Fasting involves temporarily setting aside physical desires, particularly the desire for food, to focus on spiritual needs. Instead of eating, individuals dedicate this time to prayer, seeking God's guidance and intervention. For those who have never fasted, the idea of going without food can seem intimidating and challenging. Questions may arise, such as, can I sustain this? Or, how will others perceive me if they know I am fasting? It's essential to remember that fasting is not about impressing others or seeking their approval. As Jesus taught, when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face so that it will not be obvious to others that you are fasting, but only to your Father, who is unseen. The focus should be on cultivating a deeper connection with God. Fasting is a biblical discipline that enhances spiritual fitness and transforms believers into unimaginable warriors for God. They become men and women who can turn back the hand of time, stop the advances of the evil one, transform their societies, and accomplish miracles on earth. While some may think that Christians don't need discipline, spiritual exercises like fasting are essential for building spiritual strength and resilience. The Bible describes Christians as soldiers of Christ, and just as a soldier trains in various disciplines, believers must also practice spiritual disciplines. Fasting, akin to climbing a mountain, is a journey that is both physically and spiritually demanding. However, the rewards of this practice are profound, offering a deeper sense of connection with God and a clearer understanding of His will. When beginning a fast, it's important to have a clear understanding of its purpose and the challenges that may lie ahead. Start small, especially if it's your first time fasting. Even skipping a single meal can be a significant step of faith. The key is not the length of the fast, but the sincerity and intent behind it. Just as a heartfelt proposal matters more than its length, the genuineness of your prayers during a fast is more important than their duration. The Bible shows that God values the sincerity of our hearts more than any external display of piety. In the Old Testament, the Jewish people were required to fast for 1 day during Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, the holiest day of the year. This fast began at sundown and ended at sundown the following day, reflecting the Jewish way of counting days. Genesis 1:5 explains, And there was evening and there was morning, the first day. This tradition illustrates the importance of time and preparation in fasting. Plan your fast carefully, perhaps starting in the evening. For example, you might choose to skip dinner, then abstain from breakfast and lunch the next day, breaking the fast after sunset with a simple meal. This methodical approach ensures that the fast is intentional and purposeful. If you are fasting for a specific reason, such as seeking an answer to a prayer or guidance on a particular issue, consider inviting someone else to join you in fasting and prayer. There is strength in numbers, and fasting with others can provide spiritual support and encouragement. As Jesus said in Matthew 18:18, 19,
Truly I tell you, whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Again, truly I tell you that if two of you on earth agree about anything they ask for, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven.
These verses highlight the power of unity and collective commitment, underscoring the effectiveness of communal fasting and prayer. Before starting a fast, take the time to deeply reflect on your reasons for doing so. This reflection helps clarify your intentions and goals. Writing down your reasons can be a powerful tool for maintaining focus and motivation. When a purpose remains only in the mind, it can become vague or diluted over time. Seeing your reasons in writing sharpens your focus and provides a tangible reminder of why you are fasting. This practice helps ensure that your fast is not casual or haphazard, but is undertaken with a firm commitment to its spiritual significance. There are various types of fasts, each with its own level of intensity. The absolute fast, for example, involves abstaining from all food and water. The Apostle Paul underwent such a fast for 3 days after encountering Jesus on the road to Damascus, during which he neither ate nor drank. Acts 9:9. This type of fast is generally reserved for dire situations, such as seeking deliverance from a severe problem or protection from a spiritual adversary. It is not recommended for beginners due to its physical demands. Another common type of fast is the normal fast, where individuals abstain from solid foods but may consume liquids. This form of fasting is often mentioned in the Bible without specifying the exclusion of liquids. For example, after Jesus fasted in the wilderness for 40 days, the Bible notes that he was hungry, Luke 4:2, implying that he abstained from food but possibly drank water. During a normal fast, some people choose to eliminate enjoyable drinks like soda or certain fruit juices, aligning with the Old Testament practice of afflicting oneself during a fast. The partial fast, sometimes referred to as the Daniel fast, involves giving up specific foods or drinks rather than abstaining from all food. This type of fast can be an excellent option for those new to fasting, as it allows for a more gradual approach to abstaining from certain foods. Regardless of the type of fast you choose, it's essential to remember that fasting is a step of faith. It's not about the type of fast or its duration, but about the heart's intent and the desire to draw closer to God. God sees the heart and rewards the sincerity and devotion behind the fast. Remember these 3 things to avoid while fasting, and take note on what your focus should be instead. 1. Don't seek public recognition. Fasting should never be used as a means to showcase piety or gain approval from others. Avoid openly broadcasting your fast or seeking attention for your spiritual discipline. Instead, fast in humility and privacy. Keep your fast between you and God, allowing it to be a personal, sacred experience. Focus on deepening your relationship with Him rather than seeking validation from others. 2. Don't neglect spiritual intentions. Fasting should not be reduced to a mere physical act of abstaining from food. Avoid turning it into a ritual without spiritual purpose, missing the opportunity for growth and reflection. Instead, use fasting as a time to draw closer to God through prayer, meditation, and reading scripture. Reflect on your spiritual journey, seek guidance, and ask for strength in areas of struggle. Let fasting be a time of spiritual renewal and deeper connection with God. 3. Don't overlook acts of compassion. Fasting should not lead to a focus solely on oneself. Avoid ignoring the needs of others or becoming self-centered during your fast. Instead, practice compassion and generosity during your fast. Use the time to engage in acts of kindness, serve others, and share the love of God. Let fasting be an opportunity to embody Christ's love and mercy, extending grace to those around you. Thank you for joining us on this journey of understanding the significance of fasting. We hope this exploration has inspired you to embrace this powerful spiritual practice and draw closer to God. Stay tuned for more insightful and uplifting presentations as we continue to delve into topics that enrich our faith and deepen our connection with the divine.